the topic of the town. Everyone's going to talk about Arch Manning and how bad he was the first time in an actual national spotlight. Yeah, you have people who follow college football year round or Texas fans that can hype up him playing Louisiana Monroe or Mississippi State, the bottom feeder of the SEC at this point. But this was the real test. You had an entire offseason of knowing Arch Manning is your starting quarterback. You build the offense around him, and you have to walk into the shoe and beat the defending national champions. And he goes 17 for 30, a $170, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mind you, that 170, it wasn't anything real special to look at. If anything, it was putrid. It was bad. Going into the fourth quarter, he had 40 passing yards, and it took till the last couple of drives for him to actually get the ball moving downfield. Arch Manning in Texas. And even Steve Sarkisian, come take a seat right here. What's your identity on offense? I think that's a fair question to ask about Texas. What is Texas's identity on the offensive side of the ball? Because we have the idea of what Steve Sarkisian could be because he produced Devonta Smith. Mac Jones looked incredible. He's supposed to be this offensive guru, but every single time Texas faces not even like an average opponent, just an above average opponent, their entire offensive system crumbles. They don't produce like this high-flying, high-powered machine. Last year, the way they won a lot of football games was this boa constrictor style of game where they could get to a 17-7 type of lead. 10 points is about what they have, which is just enough to hold a 2-possession lead, but it feels a little bit longer than that just because the defense is that good. You have that good of a defense to where any lead that you have basically feels like double of what it actually is. And then you run into what happened against Arizona State because that lead isn't as big as you think it is, and they can get back into the game. Arch couldn't even do the layups. That's the biggest red flag. Outside of the fact that I don't think Texas has an identity on the offensive side of the ball. And lucky for them, they have 3 cupcakes to tune up all these problems before they have to walk into the swamp and face off against DJ Lagway. A DJ Lagway that hopefully by then is not injured and he's fully healthy, ready to go. And then they have to play Oklahoma. Then they have to go to Georgia. Then they have to play Texas A&M at the end of the year, which Texas A&M looked pretty damn good this week. I believe the stat of the day to me is Texas A&M had 15 20-plus yard plays last season through 13 games. 15 of them. They had 8 in week 1. They're now a threat on the Texas schedule more than they were probably last year.